Fat acceptance TikTok. Now, fat acceptance is pretty much a movement that overweight people created in an attempt to make being fat more acceptable and normalized. Now, I feel like fat acceptance is pretty stupid, especially because we're talking about America here, a country that easily dominates the world when it comes to obesity. If anything, we need to make people realize how bad and unhealthy being severely overweight is. But then these will be the same people that are confused as to why they have heart disease and can no longer stand up on their own anymore. But basically, it's nothing more than them giving excuses as to why they're fat and how being fat isn't all that bad. Now, before I start this video, I want to make it very clear. I'm not making this video as a way to bully or make fun of overweight people, but if you're getting to the point you're morbidly obese and struggle to walk up the steps without almost passing out, then you have a problem and should probably think about losing some weight. But with all that being said, let's watch some fat people. The mere fact this woman admitted to eating cookies for breakfast already tells me this isn't going to end well.
Me when I see brown sauce.
I just want to say that this woman eats more for breakfast than I eat in an entire day. And the craziest part is how none of this stuff she ate is even remotely healthy. Now, I don't want to sit here on my high horse and make it seem as if I'm just the most healthy and athletic person in the world. But just seeing all the stuff she eats makes my stomach hurt.
No chips as being healthy. First bowl. Second bowl. I love brown sauce so much.
Does it ever end? And I think it's coming close to an end, but then another clip comes out of nowhere of her eating even more unhealthy food. And what makes it even worse is how in every clip, she's either eating straight junk food or grease. I know I couldn't have been the only one who picked up on the fact that this lady ate at 3 different fast food restaurants. I try to only eat fast food no more than once a week, and even that's still kinda unhealthy. This woman went to 3 different fast food spots in one goddamn day. This woman brings Nikocado Avocado to shame with the amount of food she eats on a daily basis. We gotta put this woman into the National Obesity League Hall of Fame. After a performance like this woman is putting up historical numbers.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy, and I am 100% glorifying obesity, and there's nothing you can do.
I mean, I guess you got one of those things, right? You are very, and I mean very fat. Bro, I think her neck is playing hide and seek with her right now. That shit is absolutely nowhere to be found. And I know I can't be the only one disgusted with how some people actually try and sit here and glorify and encourage being obese. I get it's their way of coping with being the size of a moving truck, but it should never be acceptable to actually encourage people to slowly destroy their own bodies.
Not a stallion, cause I'm only 4'11", so more like a big-ass pony.
I mean it when I say, and I quote, this might be one of the craziest player builds I've ever seen. Why is her stomach touching her goddamn knees? How is it possible to have more stomach than you do ass? And look how much weight is on top of those knees, bro. Those knees are on their last leg. One more pound of fat and they might just snap in half. I just don't understand how you don't see yourself in the mirror and not once think it might be a good idea to start going to the gym. When it gets to the point where you have to buy the largest size t-shirt available at every store and your neck is completely covered by your own chin, that's when you should start thinking about going on a jog every now and then. There should be no reason to allow your body to get to this point.
Accessibility is for everyone. No one should feel ashamed or embarrassed for using the tools they need to navigate the world. Your worth is not determined by your size or ability. You deserve to feel comfortable and confident wherever you go. Using mobility aids is a sign of strength and self-care, not weakness or defeat.
No, the fact that you have to actually use a disability scooter, not because you have a broken leg, not because you're paralyzed, not even because you have some type of actual disease. Imagine having to ride around in a scooter simply because you're that overweight. You're so obese that you've completely ruined your ability to walk. That alone shows just how little strength and self-care you truly have. Because if you really showed yourself any actual self-care, or at least wasn't extremely lazy, there's no way in the world you would ever allow yourself to get to this point. I'm surprised you didn't break any wheels on the scooter when you sat down. One thing I've realized about the overweight to even obese sized community is how they continuously lie to themselves about just how bad of a predicament they are in, and they start saying dumb stuff like this. Jesus Christ, did you guys feel that too? These women single-handedly caused 4 different natural disasters around the country. You can't tell me this isn't a combined 2,000 pounds getting dumped into a pool. Since when did whales grow legs and learn to walk? No, but on a serious note, why would they allow these 4 mountain-sized women to jump into a pool like that? That has to be some type of safety hazard.
Travel might look a little different for us plus-size folks, but it's still possible. The airlines should do a better job accommodating us, but until then, I'll keep shouting my message from the rooftops. You deserve to travel just as much as anyone else.
Do you not feel embarrassed barely being able to fit in the airplane seat? Is it not uncomfortable having to try and squeeze those 300 pounds of pure fat into those seats? The funny part is you'd rather continue your unhealthy lifestyle than try and make a change. And what I hate most about people like this is that you really believe airlines should change the way they build their seats just for you, instead of you just taking accountability and losing weight. When you can't even fit inside the airplane bathroom because you're just that huge, that's how you know you're the problem. Like, believe it or not, but the world doesn't revolve around you and your 400-pound body. Airlines aren't going to change just because you're the one person on the airplane that can't fit inside their seat.
Welcome to a day in the life of a fat activist. I start the day off feeding my cat some treats because she needs to know that unless she's fat, I won't love her.
First of all, what in God's name is a fat activist? What, do you advocate for people to be lazy bums or something? I swear everyday TikTok creates some new made up term. While we're at it, I would like to come out as the first ever gaming activist. I advocate for people to waste their lives away playing Fortnite and eating Cheetos all day. Second, why would you ever want your cat to be fat? Listen, we understand you can care less about your health, but the least you can do is be mindful of the health of your cat. Just because you want to destroy your body doesn't mean you also need to destroy your cat's body.
On my way to the doctor's, I stopped at Dunkin' and got the sugariest coffee possible and ate 24 donuts. At the doctor, I made sure he knew that I knew more than him, and I berated him over any medical advice or testing he wanted to do.
How annoying does it have to be a doctor in 2023? Imagine having a hippo-sized woman come into your office and tell you that you don't know what you're doing. You're trying to give this woman the best and most honest advice to give her the best possible chance to not have a heart attack, and she tells you that you trying to help her and give her advice is fat-phobic. We truly live in a clown world, people.
Okay, so really quickly, obviously the diet's working, the ass is still fat, but guess what? We got our belly ring back, period. We love to see it.
You know, I was going to react to this TikTok, but then I realized this is Gorlock the Destroyer. And y'all know how Gorlock get. I don't want no problems with big bro or sis. It's disgusting how this woman has the largest size clothes available in the world, and yet she still practically barely fits in the clothes. She really had the audacity to sit up here and lie like she was really on any type of a diet. Anybody with half a brain knows your diet consists of nothing but salt, butter, and fat.
Leave now. That's not about health. That's fat phobia. That's ableism. You don't owe anyone health. Health isn't static.
In what world is a man being concerned about his girlfriend's health fat phobic? If I have a girlfriend and she's so fat to the point it's literally causing her to have medical issues, me then telling her to lose weight isn't fat phobic. It's called actually giving a fuck. One thing I'll never understand about people who are morbidly obese is how they will run their own health into the ground, and the minute someone tries to give them advice and be like, you know, maybe you shouldn't eat like a pig every day, that person is somehow being mean or fat phobic. Make it make sense.
At any point, any able-bodied person could become disabled. And if your partner only wants you to be healthy and that's what they're looking for in a relationship, they don't care about you. This video seems to be about fat phobia, honestly, which is enough for me to say bye, but this is part of a bigger problem too.
My bad. I didn't know wanting your partner to be as healthy as possible was a problem nowadays. Me wanting my partner to live as long as possible and not die from a stroke is clearly being ableist. I will just never understand people who think like this. To be honest, when fat people say shit like this, it comes off as more of an excuse not to lose weight because you're too lazy to actually do it. Because even you know, you wouldn't want to look this big if you had the option to. Again, before I end this video, I do want to reiterate that I in no way am trying to use this video to bully or shame anybody. But this trend of trying to make being fat look cool or even acceptable has to stop. But that's about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.